Chris Van Vliet in Cleveland, and he is the Show Off Dolph Ziggler. But you already knew that because I've done like 9 interviews with him, right?
9 or so, maybe 10.
Maybe 99, I don't know. What you drinking here?
A little bit of iced coffee, a long day today.
Yeah, we're long days. Thanks for squeezing us in.
Absolutely.
We are...
anything for you guys.
Anything?
Pretty much anything for you guys.
Thank you so much, Dolph Ziggler. One night away from Night of Champions in Detroit. What'd you think of your match there?
I was disappointed in a lot of my work lately. I'm not doing as great as I should be, but I'm working on it, I assure you. Last night, didn't get the job done, but unfortunately that seems to be the case for me lately. So I assure you, at some point this will turn around and hopefully lead to bigger and better things. He'll be back in that title picture.
What do you mean? I mean, what is it about your performances lately that you don't like?
I don't know. I'm just disappointed in a lot of things that I'm doing, and I'm not delivering. I'm known for stealing the show, and I don't think I've been doing that lately.
Well, last time we talked, you were coming off a pretty solid losing streak at the time, and you were able to turn that around. You cashed in the Money in the Bank. You were the champion, and I feel like things kind of slowed down with the concussion.
Yeah, obviously it did. And the thing with WWE, they went above and beyond to make sure that I was okay and cleared it. Even then, we waited another week or two to come back. But unfortunately, the timing of it was I finally caught my break after 5 years of losing every night and still having the crowd behind me one way or another, cheering or booing, but being interested. Finally caught my break, got that concussion at a really unfortunate time. And even so, still had a really cool match with Del Rio where the crowd kind of turned on him, but I don't think they ever really liked him in the first place.
And I feel like the crowd's turned on him, and they're certainly behind you. Are you still the heel, or are you a face now?
I feel like in this day and age, I get to still be the jerk that I am, and for some reason, even more people are cheering. So there's a blurred line these days. It's gray area. You don't just, this town sucks, or you're fat. Like, you don't do that anymore. You got to be smart, be good about it, be witty and charming, which I just can't help, also humble, mostly importantly. And I can't help that. And the fact that we've shed some light on, oh, this jerk, he's a pretty good wrestler too. All of a sudden he doesn't suck so much.
Were you pointing at Big E when you said that jerk?
When I said jerk, it was a nonchalant thing.
Oh, no.
I can't believe I didn't use my middle finger. I used my regular one. But
how are you feeling right now with that concussion?
I feel great. I feel great. Like I said, I hated sitting at home every second of it. I wasn't at work. I wasn't able to drive for a couple weeks. I couldn't do anything. But the fact that now I feel 100%. I feel great. Sorry, I have to take this. I'm just kidding.
My cameraman.
Vibrate, yeah. But you know what? I'm a professional, so that's I care about my job. The thing is that I hated not being here, but now that I'm back, I feel good to go. Like I said, I should be putting on better performances. Maybe it starts tonight in Cleveland.
Well, what do you remember from that match when you got the concussion?
I don't remember too much, but I watched it back on SmackDown that Friday and went, oh, right. That stuff happened. So it happened like 30 seconds into the match. Apparently there was 4 minutes or so more of other actions and things going on, which I executed perfectly somehow, even on autopilot. Like me at 80% or 60% is still better than most at 100%, but it's like when you're good at it, I don't know, it's like a blessing and a curse, I guess, when you're better than everybody else.
You're just so damn sick of being so damn sick.
God, that was pretty good.
Well, I don't know. I think it could have been better.
I got that from a movie somewhere. That's a pretty good line.
Some sort of movie.
Something.
I don't know. I feel like right after that, though, Orton delivered the punt to someone, and I kind of went, ooh, that seems like it might be a bit too soon after Ziggler's legit injury.
Too soon. That's part of his deal, but that shows you the severity of a kick like that. Whoever gets kicked like that is usually gone for a while, and I legitimately was gone for a while.
So how does Randy Orton pull off the punt then?
I feel like in this day and age, he's got a little bit more favor with the bosses. So,
but I mean, how does he pull it off and not injure people?
I don't know.
Does he pull back, or what is it?
If you watch them, they look pretty solid.
Yeah,
so
they do.
I don't know, and it's hard. You got to get your hands up sometimes to block punches, but when that thing's coming, you usually don't see it. It's like in a bar, someone crawling on the ground, and you just get kicked in the face. Anyway, I have a pretty solid jawline, but someone else would probably be very injured from something like that, and it's just, I don't know, it's scary. It doesn't look like he pulls back on it.
No, it doesn't. The last bunch of times we've talked, it's stirred up some conversation and some discussion among the internet fans when you're saying things like you think you're better than CM Punk and lots of other things. And I know that you certainly believe that.
Yeah.
When we have these talks, when we have these interviews, is there anything that you feel like maybe you shouldn't be saying?
Oh, God, yeah. I get in trouble a lot. And, But also, where's the fun in that? Everyone else cannot get in trouble. I might as well do it. And it's, I don't have a bus. I don't have $100 million in the bank. I still care about what I do. I live for this every single night. I love it more than anything. So the fact that I am outspoken about it, it's just part of the deal. We've blurred the lines of reality. We're bringing things from backstage, politics, everything out into the mainstream right now with Triple H, letting everyone know this Randy Orton's our guy. Sorry, everybody else, but we're going with this guy, and here's why. And you go, okay, if we're bringing that out in the open, I figure like I could be out in the open with some of my answers also.
Randy Orton is the guy, but he's not the champ anymore. And speaking of the internet people, they're pumped, absolutely pumped that Daniel Bryan is the champion. How do you feel about him being the champ?
As much as me and him could not be more different in so many ways, like in a nice way, he looks like the Travelocity gnome or whatever. But he's a good one. But it's like, and I'm like, oh, like this movie star who's really good at everything else, including wrestling, and like a foot taller than him, and yet he's. Anyway, I get confused by a lot of stuff around here. It's no big deal, but the fact that me and him both have chips on our shoulder, saying we have to prove ourselves every single night because, like Triple H goes, this is our guy, but we go out there to prove it to the world, to the WWE universe, to Triple H, to Vince McMahon every night. I respect him at that point because both of us have been out there in the ring together going, we're trying to outdo each other to show everybody else how good we are.
Well, you've been working so hard in the ring. You've also been working a lot outside of the ring, doing comedy, which I think a lot of people might not be familiar with. Have you been doing a lot recently?
Yeah, in the last couple weeks, every time especially because of WWE, my name's been out there and it's got me on a couple different sets. Shows I shouldn't be on. I got to cut the line a little bit. I'm working on it. It's been very positive feedback and really fun out there. Very surprising that I'm comfortable doing comedy and being good at talking on the microphone. Might be surprising to hear that, backstage here at Raw. But in real life, I'm actually pretty good at this. I am very comfortable. I have a great time, great crowd work, great rapport with everybody, and I love to entertain, and that's what it's all about at the end of the day.
And once again, so very humble.
Yeah, that's the most important part, really.
I was at an AIW show here in Cleveland
cool.
a couple months ago, and your brother was on the card.
Oh, yeah?
Who came out to your entrance music, by the way.
No way. I feel like I could maybe have him sued for that or something.
Yeah, I feel like you could.
Get the paperwork done.
But he was here in WWE, now he's back to the independents. How's he feeling?
He's also on the entertainment side where he's written a book, he's written movie scripts, he's written all these things, and he does all this improv stuff in LA and back and forth, so we kind of see eye to eye on that stuff. So it's he's happy, he's really busy doing some cool stuff, and hopefully we'll be working together at some point on some side projects.
Before we wrap this up, who in the business right now that maybe has been overlooked or someone that people might not have an eye on that you think people should be paying attention to?
A couple of my favorites, let's see, right off the top of my head, Tyson Kidd I like. Naomi, one of the Funkadactyls, her comeback is my favorite one to watch in wrestling. Guys, girls, independents, it's exciting. It's awesome. She's at Alex Riley. I'm a big fan of. He's been doing some kind of announcing on the side and commentary and doing great with that. Anyone else you got? Anybody else? Who's good that I like to see? Who do I like to watch? I don't know. Oh, that's good.
Chris Van Vliet, I guess.
Well, you're all right. You're an up-and-comer still.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
I know you got a meeting to get to, but I appreciate your time.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, like I said, anytime for you guys. It's so cool to be in Cleveland. I get to go out there in a ring. Like it's like being at Jacobs Field as a bat boy, and then by the way, you get to go play in this game now.
That is awesome.
Bad cleanup and probably save the day in the 9th inning or something like that.
Dolph Ziggler, ladies and gentlemen, appreciate your time.
Thanks a lot, buddy.
Thank you.